Hi, I'm Ken Lashley. You're watching Who Dat Comics. Who Dat?
What's up, everybody? Who Dat Comics Movies coming at you with a little video. Shouldn't be that long a video unless I get like some people in the chat asking questions, but it's going to be about FOMO. It's going to be about FOMO, fear of missing out, some stuff about that. This is some things I've been thinking about, and we're just going to talk about it. And there's some tips that I try to do, some tips that could help you, or some tips that possibly could help you now and help you in the future. So for people who watch this video in the future, please leave a thumbs up, please leave a comment. I definitely would like to hear what your thoughts on FOMO is. So some of the things I talk about, and shout out to Hood Inc. Thank you for stopping in. So some of the stuff that I see with FOMO that happens a lot is and I'm not going to go any specific order. This is the stuff that I kind of feel like and I want to touch on, and it might, it could go either way, 1, 2, or 3. But if I got to say that you miss out on a book, 9 times out of 10, just be patient. Just wait. A lot of stuff that has gotten hot, if you notice, unless it's a big spectacle, meaning like MCU or DC movies, not TV, but DC movies, those are the things that have kind of, gone a little further, and I'll get more into that. But patience, a lot of times, especially these indies or these TV shows, those pay. The patience and waiting can help you out a lot with the FOMO. That is hard to do. I understand, because you don't want to miss out. That's the key thing with fear of missing out. But sometimes that's the best case, because, yeah, you missed out on a book that was maybe $5. With the FOMO, it might have pushed up to $30 to $40. But if you wait just a little while, it might drop back down to 10. Yeah, you didn't get it at that height of 30 or 40, but you're saving yourself some money if you just collect. So that's a key thing I always think about. Sometimes if I'm not able to get a certain book, I just have to be patient. Like, for example, for me was Something Killing the Children. I missed out on that book. I could have bought that book for my LCS for cover price. I could have bought second prints for cover price. I could third prints, whatever you have. I could have bought all that for cover price. But I didn't get into that book or into that series until I heard about it. Went to the LCS, saw the books that I could get for cover price, and I got those. Now, did I go back and buy these other books that were very, very high in price? No, I did not. And I think that might have a little downward trend without any news or movies or TV shows coming out. So another thing that I like to point out, and it's hard for us to do that because there's so many shows that talk about this, is do not follow a list or a top 10. If you follow in a list or a top 10 for your, let me get these books because they're hot, you're already behind. Do not do that. Those lists are kind of there to show you sales in one aspect, but also pump it up in another aspect. So I can't say it's just to pump it up. Some people like to say, oh, they're just pumping up more sales. They're not just doing that. They also are talking about sales that actually happen. And, so it is helpful in that. And those lists also help you out if you thought another book was another key, or, if you just get confused. So they do help out, but I wouldn't follow that to get my collecting for, oh, this book is hot because it's on this list, let me get it now. No, if you're doing that, you're already behind. Third thing that I kind of want to address also is, because I got stuff written down, follow casting news, future movies, and TV dates. What I mean about that is, for example, Marvel loves to give us a calendar with dates movies that are going to be on this date, year, everything. They've been doing it with TV and the movies. They're giving you they're giving you the recipe, whatever you want to call it. They're giving it to right in your hands. We knew about America Chavez being in the next Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness years ago when she got cast. And I recently saw somebody post a Lego about her being in the movie. That should not make you jump up for America Chavez being in that movie when we knew about the casting at least 2 years ago. That's like an example. So you have other examples out there. Riri Williams is another perfect example. That young lady was cast also years ago to play Riri Williams, and we actually knew about how many potential pictures or deals that things that she was going to be in. It was like over 20. I don't have the exact number or remember the exact number, but at that time, I know it was over 20 projects that she was going to appear in that she signed. Me knowing that deal and that happened, that is when the FOMO should have kicked in for everybody, but it really didn't. It really didn't. Marvel signed that contract with her, and everybody slept on it. And then when we hear the news that she is in Black Panther 2, everybody jumps up. I gotta buy it now. I gotta buy it now. When you could have bought it a week ago for like $200 less in a 9.8, now you're paying, $575 for a book you could have got for $400. If you already knew about the casting, you knew it's a first appearance, you know it's a key book, you know it's a future of MCU or DC. Why don't you get it beforehand or get it when the casting? Don't wait till you have to hear the casting in another movie, or do not wait. Don't wait for that. But if you do, to talk about if you end up getting behind the 8 ball, you miss out on the casting, or you miss out on the casting of Black Panther, for example, you Riri from Black Panther. Like, oh man, I missed out on that, man. Oh man, I know she's in the movie. I know they confirmed that her show is still going, and most likely she's going to be in Armor Wars. So if you know these other projects, she's definitely appearing in her own show, and most likely Armor Wars. All right, Black Panther's kind of died down right now because the filming has stopped because the young lady who's playing Shuri got injured really badly. What I've heard with a shoulder injury and some other stuff. And so they have that on hiatus at the moment until she can recover and they can start filming. Guess what? They're not talking about Riri again. Her books are still, I would say, are leveling, not leveling, or they're not spiking anymore. This would be another good time to maybe go out there, get a raw copy, if that's what you want. Because there's another level, like I said, of that type of stuff. So you had the casting of her. Now you had the official casting in Black Panther 2. We have the news about all the projects. Guess what? We still haven't had a trailer. So we haven't had a trailer. Who knows if she's in the trailer? If she's not in the trailer, that's even better because people still forget. We have a one-track mind, and I was saying as being a human being, I was going to say America, but all human beings have it, and we kind of forget that. So if she's not in a trailer, or if she is in a trailer, you're going to get another bump. But if she's not in the trailer, you have time to get that book before the another bump of the movie premiere. So that's a little few tips of like different levels of when books get bumps. Heroes get those bumps on, I think, all 3 levels: casting, trailer, and when the movies come out, especially if the movie's good. So if the movie's good, you get those bumps in 3 different levels. Villains only get that bump, especially if the villain gets killed off. They only get that bump in like 2 levels. They get it with the casting, and they get it with a trailer. When that initial movie comes out and they die, a lot of times those books dip, and we saw that with First Appearance of Thanos. The book is on a rise again because of other reasons, but that book dipped. and it should have never dipped probably as much because that book has like 4 first appearances, I believe. You got Thanos, Drax, you got cameo his brother, and you got I think the Blood Brothers. Yeah, I think it's Blood Brothers. But so you have multiple first appearances in there. So I could have seen that book dip, but not as much as it is. So that's a little thing. Pay attention to these dates. Pay attention to these castings, and if you follow those, you kind of be ahead of before you see it on a list, or you see somebody trying to pump it up because it's on a top 10. Let's see what the chat's saying really quickly because I was kind of just going on. For me, I had a time to get 3,000 first appearances. First can't pick myself. Yes, I could have got a whole bunch of miles. Everybody knows. There was the miles. You could have got miles for like $20, or less. I've seen $5. That book was heavily printed, and that's a book that I don't understand why it's so expensive because it was very, very heavily printed. Before I get on the other stuff, I'm gonna see what Hood Inc. says on this one. It said, I like to say it before. You watch the movies, pay attention to the surroundings there, clues as fans possible. Yes. Oh, yes. They give you clues, or they just straight up and tell you. Kevin Feige loves telling what's coming up because he wants to build that anticipation. He's very good at that. I hope DC finds that person that can do that for them as well, because far as me collecting, I've been getting a lot of books that I'm prepared for before they get on shows. I have my first appearance of America Chavez. I don't have the variant, but I have her first appearance. I have my first full appearance of the new Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. I have that first appearance. I did sell one of my other copies, but I still have 2 other first full appearances. I have her second appearance as well. Shuri, I have her first appearance. I have a first appearance as Black Panther. I'm trying to think of all the things that I'm kind of prepared for because I see the writing on the wall, and I don't want to wait until those books get pumped up more. And let's say they drop 10% when they get pumped up. I still could have got them probably 75% less than that initial, jump up in price. So he gives us the slate. You kind of know what it is. The only things that we kind of don't know ahead of time are usually the villains, but we do know about Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror books, his first appearance have actually dipped because people were too busy pumping up, listening to the top 10s of books that weren't his first appearance. It just was a cool cover. Had an appearance to somebody else. So we had a lot of different things getting pumped up, and people forgot about his first appearance in Avengers 8. So you can still get Avengers 8 out there if that's one of your books that you want to collect. That's an appearance you want to get. It's a Silver Age Avengers, the first appearance, a single-digit one. So it is a good book to have. And right now, I know for a fact, I know at least one person that's selling a low-grade copy for like $500. $500 is a lot of money, but you can get them out there because it's dipped. It is dipped. He could have sold that book when the pump happened, when it got pumped up for $1,000. He didn't. He liked it. Now he's selling it, and he's only going to get like $500. So you can get those books right now. You have to wait for that dip in price, and they happen a lot. Another tip I always say, I like to say, sometimes I don't say it all the time, but I try to say it when I think about it, is collect what you love and love what you collect, meaning that focus on what you collect. Do not go chasing books you don't care about at all unless you have it in your budget. Again, focus on what you collect. Do not go chasing books you do not care anything about unless it's in your budget. Do not break your budget to get books that you have no feelings for and it's just an investment. That would help out a lot, because if like for me, I love Ninja Turtles and I love the MCU Marvel, and I'm collecting on the side for my daughter. So those are 3 things that if I buy those books, even if I get a touch of the FOMO, I'm okay because those are books that I collect. Those are books that I care about. So if I'm getting a Ninja Turtles book that I don't have, like for example, the Turtle Mania, like it's like the little, it's not a mini, but like the smaller comic that came out. That's one of my books I want to get in the future. If the price, if it gets pumped up by one of these lists, will I be upset? Yes. But when I get it, will I be upset because, if I get it at a high price and the price drops, will I be upset? No, because that's a book that I want for my PC anyway. So since I collect it, I am okay with it all. Let's see what Hood says. I only chase out the keys that would be my tips. First appearance costume, new development stories, and then leave it alone. Yep. As long as you have your tips and your stuff that you follow by, that helps out a lot because you want to keep, if you keep that focus, like I like to use a lot, if you keep that focus on what you're trying to do and you accomplish, it goes a long, long way. I talked about the 3 bumps in movies. Let's see what Emmanuel says. I still can't believe there is FOMO around. Okay, so premise sounds good. Previews look good. I am definitely selling my extras. And Cap said his weakness is Mark Julius. Yes, your weakness and Uncle Roma's weakness is FOMO. Is Mark Julius. But yeah, see, I just heard about that like earlier today. I saw somebody posted on Animal Cast. So I just heard about that on IG. Guess what? I have no drive to go after that book. Now, if I go to my LCS and they still have it on the rack for cover price, I might pick it up for cover price, but I don't have a drive. It's not in that realm of stuff that I collect. So I'm not going to go out my way on eBay to try and overpay for it. But will I get it and I invest into it and maybe move it for a certain price? I don't have a problem with that if it leads me to my goal of getting like the Turtle Mania, like for example, I use, or another key that I'm trying to get for my daughter. If it's doing that goal for me, I'll get it at my LCS for cover, but I'm not gonna overpay for it when it doesn't have an end goal. Like if I end up overpaying for it, I'm gonna end up wanting to keep it if it drops that much in price. So that you gotta be careful of that. Taylor says he drinks. I drink my way through FOMO. Oh, now you don't have to drink your way through FOMO. You just got to be patient. You got to take your time. You got to have a list. You got to focus on what you collect. Pay attention to casting news. Don't follow a top 10 or don't follow a list. And sometimes just be patient. That's all you got to do. It's pretty much. And just do your homework. Do your homework. Or as when I say follow casting news and stuff, that will help you. Do your homework and do your research. Because they have a lot of first appearances that are like $1 or $2. And it just takes somebody to say something to make that more than $1 or $2. So just do your homework, do your research, and collect what you love, and you won't have anything to worry about. And if you miss out on the first step of FOMO, meaning casting or option news, especially option news, because independent stuff have a ton of option news. If you miss out on those, guess what? You will have an opportunity to still get that book or item that you're looking for. Some cases, it still might be a little expensive, like, for example, Something Killing the Children. People are still holding hope. That's why that book is so expensive, in my opinion. But if we don't hear anything about Something Killing the Children in the next 2 years, I mean, like, hear nothing, like no casting, no trailers, no nothing. If we don't have nothing, I can see that book getting at half price in a 90 very, very quickly, because a good story won't hold that book's value. I don't see that happening. So that's just my take on, like, for example, that book. So if you miss out, be patient. It happens more so than you think. And also hit up people that you know in the community. Don't hit them up and try to say, hey, can you give me 10 copies? if you're trying to get one copy of a book, a lot of times people in the community will assist you, will help you out. So, and my last thing I did write down is be okay missing out. Be okay missing out. Take a deep breath, step away from everything, and just have to accept to be okay with missing out. Because guess what? That's not the last step. That's not the only time that you'll be able to purchase that book. That won't be if it's really something good like MCU, Marvel, or like, Walking Dead, like type thing that is definitely going. You will have another opportunity. You will have another opportunity. And if it jumps up too much in price, just save your money. If that's something you really want, save your money, budget for it. Or like I like to do, and a few of the guys that I talk to, keep in touch with on IG and stuff like that, have the collection, have the hobby pay for itself. If you have the hobby pay for itself, it makes things a lot easier. Like I sold the Black Panther #1 variant, Ken Lashley cover. It's her first time in the suit as Black Panther. I used that to pay for something else. Yeah, I wanted to keep that, but guess what? I still have the J. Scott Campbell and I have the second print variant. That's even harder to find. So use certain tools and certain things you have it pay for itself, and it will lighten the load on your budget. Let's see what 90 says. I've been missing out since a little 90 was born, but I'm more than okay with that. Bigger things in life to worry about than FOMO. Yes, 90. Yes, real life tends to do that to you. But once you get to a point like I have with my daughter, I want to get her collecting and stuff like that. So I'm selling certain things that I don't have as much attachment for, using that money to buy certain things that I think she would have a good attachment to, like first appearance of female characters, first appearance of African-American characters, or first appearance of characters of minority characters. I've been doing that and getting those things for myself and for her. And I've been selling like certain things that I might have doubles of, or I have a variant of, or I get stuff graded to sell to get another key. Like I want to get some blue chip Marvel books. I have a few, but I want to get a Hulk one. I want to get an ASM one. AF-15, I think it's out of the realm unless I go for a 1.0. And even then, you're talking about $15,000. So I think in A Journey in Mystery 83, I think I'm gonna try to go after those for myself, and that's my kind of, I would say, it's not a FOMO, but that's my goal for us when I use those FOMO books. That if I can get them at the right price, I move them along, do a little fun, and use those books to fund my hobby. So those are some of the tips that I have. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys thought it was useful. If you do, please leave a thumbs up. Also leave a something in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys stopping in. Had about 9 to 10 people at one point. Thank you. And like I said, just be patient. Don't follow top 10. Pay attention. Do your research, casting news, and just focus on what you collect and love what you collect. So that is it. You guys have a wonderful week. Who Dat Comics. I got an auction this Thursday. I'm going to do this Thursday will be the last auction for the year on my channel. As far as I'm going for, it's going to be this Thursday. Now, if something changes, I will let you guys know. But auction for the last one of the year on my channel will be this Thursday. If something changes, I will definitely let you know. That start time will be 7 Central, 8 Eastern. So 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And we'll go for about 3.5 hours. And you get some deals. So let's see what the people are saying before I check out. Find my flipping books. Yeah, see, my shop probably still has it too. And later, Lisa Noble, thank you for stopping in. I do appreciate everybody. If I don't get to talk to anybody, and I don't see you, like I haven't talked to 90 in so long. I see you, Taylor. I might not talk to you or you guys, but have a happy holidays. Enjoy your time with your family. Be blessed, and like I said, I'll see you guys on the next video. And peace.